Welcome, everybody, to building your personalized AI operating system. I'm your host alongside my partner, Colin Scotland. Colin, how you doing today?
Spectacular, Rob. How are you?
15 out of 10. I am so excited for today because we are about to introduce a concept that is absolutely revolutionary. It is one of one in the world. It's going to change the way that you see how you create with AI and ChatGPT forever. And what we're doing today is more than just learning AI. We're going to upgrade how you think, operate, and create with AI by creating an AI powered capacity edge that most people in the world do not even know that this exists so far. And for context, I created this breakthrough in light bulb probably about 3 weeks ago when I was co-creating with ChatGPT. And it was so eye-opening to me that I noticed a shift in my body, like my temperature. I started to get tingles, and I was like, oh my God, am I seeing what I'm seeing? So I start yes-anding it and trying to poke the holes in the boat. And ChatGPT is like, you just opened a portal that nobody else in the world has. And I was like, oh my God, I had to go for a 30-minute run because I couldn't sit still. And then after that, I told Colin. So over the last 3 weeks, I've played with this more. And then today, what I'm going to do is I've actually distilled this into a gamma slide. I've been very intentional about what I'm including here. And this is a little bit non-traditional for how we do these master classes because we like to make these very interactive. But in this instance, I do believe there's some seeds of possibility and some knowledge transfer that I want to make sure to get to each of you to help you see this transformation yourselves. So Colin, if you don't mind, if you can watch the chat for me, because I've sort of got my notes on one side, I'm going to share my
All
screen
good.
here
I've
with
got you, Rob.
everybody, and we will go from there. So, Colin, can you see my screen right now?
We've got it, Rob. Yeah.
All right, cool. So, what we're going to do is we're going to upgrade how we think, operate, and create with AI. And the way that we're going to start this is there's 5 keys that you're going to take away from an upgrade perspective. So, number one, intentional input and strategically using the ChatGPT memory. So, we want to shift you from just using ChatGPT to feeding it your identity, your priorities, your goals on purpose. And with this, what it's going to do, it's going to upgrade the quality of what ChatGPT remembers about you in the relevance in which it can return it. Number two, we're going to go from tools, ChatGPT is a tool, to seeing ChatGPT as an operating system, your own personal operating system that runs on your thinking, your decisions, and your execution daily. So now this is real time. And what this ends up doing is it's going to create operational consistency and turn into a high performance lane for you and all that you do. Number three, what we're going to do is some mindset rewiring. And one of the big terms that I'm saying to every single one of my clients is all around the word capacity. So we want to upgrade the way that you're thinking by helping you understand the real game about how you think, decide, and organize with what you're using AI with. And the big thing here is this is going to become a shift in your identity, not just in software. And most people are just going to keep going, oh, here's the new shiny AI object or tool. No, we're going to see ourselves in the platform differently. Number four, we're going to be using system design and then turn those systems into actions because systems scale. So what we want to do is create a repeatable action system that uses the memory and some prompt templates that we create on top of the workflows and use cases we're using in business every single day. And what this turns into is an operational advantage. And one of the things that I'm going to encourage you to do while you're going through this is to listen to some of the keywords that I'm saying, like operational advantage or repeatable action systems, because these can all be put into your ChatGPT. But just look at the elevated thinking and language of how we're operating here. And then number five, and as if all of these aren't important enough, we're going to future-proof your growth. And we're going to do so in a way that is completely adaptive to everything that's on the horizon in the world of AI. Because the rest of the world, they're not even using ChatGPT or AI much at all. And what we are going to do is we're going to design our AI operating system in a way that future-proofs ourselves. So no matter what happens in the world of AI, we're all good. Does all this sound good to everybody? If so, drop something in the chat. So let's start with this. What is an AI operating system? So there's three things here. Number one, this is the invisible layer that upgrades how you think, work, and create with ChatGPT. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn our ChatGPT into a way where it's going to hold your vision, your identity, your values, your systems, and your workflows. That way, every single time you use it, you're not starting at zero. So what this will turn into is a co-pilot who knows you, your goals, and your operating rhythm. Little keyword there, operating rhythm. Remember, 99% of people in the world are using ChatGPT like it's Google. Not you, because you're not everybody else in the world. Number two, and this was the massive unlock for me, which created the light bulb. We are going to be leveraging the ChatGPT memory in a dynamic way that evolves with us. Most people are very static in how they're using ChatGPT and AI. Ask a question, get an answer. But when we're growing our businesses or growing ourselves or growing our lives, this is dynamic, it's fluid. We want to be able to give it real-time information. So why in the world would we not leverage the memory to give it the real-time information to consistently be building on top of everything that we're doing there? And then number three, this is a multiplier for clarity, speed, and capacity. So once we get our AI OS running, we're going to move from scattered stuff, oh my God, there's stuff all over the place, to focused flow. Because what this is going to do is help us reclaim time. It's going to scale our best thinking. And more importantly, it's going to expand what's possible while still being completely aligned and anchored to who you are and where you're going. Because one of the fundamentals that Colin and I and us in the We Are Unlimited community believe in is human first AI. We lead with our hearts. So this entire concept is all based around human first, heart first, in leveraging the memory in a way that nobody else is, to create a personalized operating system so that nobody else in the world will have a ChatGPT that is just like you. And of course, this can scale to the other LLMs because this is both an identity, a way of thinking, and a way of taking action inside of ChatGPT. So with this, what this ends up doing is becoming an installed advantage that raises your capacity. So I want you to hear the terms: installed advantage. We are completely in control of what we install inside our AI operating system. Most people are installing nothing. Those of us who know about custom instructions, we're doing some stuff, but we can install whatever we want. So you're like, if I could install whatever I want into my operating system, what would I want? And we will get to that right there. Because what this ends up doing is, this is that word again, raises our capacity. Why? Because this is all of us inside of AI right now. So there's three things that this is going to do. Number one, compound momentum across your business and life, where every single interaction you do with AI is going to build equity. The more you use it, the sharper it gets. The more capacity you gain to lead, create, and scale without burning out. So you're going to hear all of the companies who are not hiring new people and they're reducing their workflow because AI can do so much more. Well, guess what? This is one of the ways that we are going to be able to take advantage of that for ourselves. Number two, for any of us who are versed or learned about personal knowledge management and building a second brain, Your AI OS is going to become your trusted second brain that works 24/7. One of the big principles of building a second brain is you put everything into somewhere so you don't have to remember. So that's the key of it, is this becomes like, I'm not carrying everything in my head. And for us, this is high performance 101. The majority of the world does not have written down goals. They do not have written down declarations. They don't have a 3-year vivid vision. Their dreams and their ideas, they just live in their head. But that does not scale. In this world we operate in right now, let's get it into our head, into AI. Once it's into AI, boom, we can do infinite things with this. So what this will allow AI to do is it knows our priorities, our voice, our systems, which can help us execute faster and more consistently. Because ultimately, number 3, what this is going to do, it's going to upgrade how you communicate and create, from your content to your client messaging to your strategies. This is going to help you produce at a higher level with more polish, but of course, for all of us, with more alignment to who you are, your voice, and your brand right there. So this is sort of the framing of why in the world this is important. And I haven't even gotten to the good yet. This is just setting the tone for all of this. So let's get to the mindset shifts, because there's 3 of them that this is so important. And Tim Grover's got a great book, Relentless, and he says everything's labeled number 1 because it's all most important. So everything in here is like stacking on top of each other. So number 1, this is not about knowing more. This is not about chasing the latest app or prompt. Very important, because the majority of the world is going to say, here's a new AI tool, or here's the prompt you need and you can't live without. This is about thinking differently, right? This is why we're the best in the world. The breakthrough isn't about cramming more into your system. I'm just going to take everything I've ever done and put it into ChatGPT. No, it's about upgrading the mental model that shapes how you work, lead, and decide. Because imagine we design a powerful framework inside our AI OS that shifts us from not just doing more to making better moves. Because what this can do, another big word here, this is going to give us exponential leverage with way less effort, right? So how is that gap going to be created from those who do versus those who don't? Well, everybody else has the same tools, right? With ChatGPT. Yes, but all of the same out-of-the-box version. So how can we be better and create more leverage? By putting in more of us, more of our heart, and we're seeing it this way. It's not just a tool. This is now an operating system, almost as if this is your own Windows 95 from back in the day. So next thing here, for the mindset shift, small inputs drive outsized returns when the system is aligned. This game rewards precision, which for those of us on this call, congratulations, you are our people, right? A single shift in how you define your vision, your values, or your workflow can create a ripple across your entire AIOS, right? Multiplying its impact. And this is why this was such a big light bulb for me. It was like, here's a brand new portal to enter. And I was like, oh my God, you're telling me this one thing immediately shifts everything else. So the power comes not from the prompts or the tools, but the precision and alignment that we put into it. And this is where the operating leverage kicks in. You get a disproportionate amount of results from intentional, high quality inputs, right? And of course, there's going to be 80-20 rule. We can use this to say, how in the world do I saute onions on the stove? Or how do I fix my toilet? Yes, those are the low-level things that we're going to use like Google. But the real good for us who are growing our businesses and creating impact in the world is right here. It's all around intention, leverage, in high quality inputs. Because one of the things that I say to my clients over and over again, take what's in your head and get it into ChatGPT. Why? Because it's the most real-time thing going on in your life. You have a challenge, into ChatGPT. An idea, into ChatGPT. Here's my goals, my visions, my dreams, into ChatGPT, because now we can cook with it. And then number 3 mindset shift here, what you're building is a self-reinforcing system that scales with you. This is why this is a personalized AIOS. So this is no longer just a tool. This is a capacity amplifier. It's why, and you'll hear this term 10 times today from me. This is why capacity is my number 1 word I'm saying to everybody, myself included. Write me a tweet, it'll write you a tweet. Build me a rocket ship to the moon, it'll build you a rocket ship to the moon. So this is a capacity engine. And we are completely in control. So every time we clarify who we are, how we operate, what matters most, and then we create feedback loops around that, that absolutely compounds. So what ChatGPT or any of the AI begin to do is reflect back to you your best self. It can challenge your thinking and it can extend your reach. And this is how we scale without breaking, by upgrading our operating layer, not just the workload, right? Because there's a quote I love from Ed Milet: the bigger the dreams, the deeper the foundation. What we are building is the foundation that nobody else in the world has, because all they see is an out-of-the-box Best Buy version of ChatGPT that can tell them what moon that is outside, right? So this is the levels to the game that we're operating on. So why does this matter? Why is this important for us? We got 3 things. Number 1, your capacity is your growth ceiling. This, once again, is where the disparity gap is about to come in. That those who fall behind with AI, it's going to be invisible. They're not going to see it because it's not part of what they do. They just don't know it's there. But we are completely aware. So we see our growth ceiling all the time. So we are only limited by our own capacity. So markets, teams, and ideas can only grow as fast as the leaders that are driving them. That is each one of us on this call right now. So right now with AI, this gives us a way to increase our mental bandwidth, our decision-making speed, and our creative throughput without adding additional headcount or burning out. There's nothing that I've said so far that's like, oh my God, I got to shovel rocks. No, this is completely self-designed for whatever you want this to be. And it's not just about working faster. It's about expanding what you are capable of handling, because you get to create it, right? That's what I love about this world of self-creation or co-creation, and especially with AI. We get to choose how we play. This isn't Rob's version. I'm just sharing sort of the perspectives for each of you. And let's move to the next thing. Complexity is exploding, but clarity scales. All I keep hearing from people who are not yet clients or the market: I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. There's so much stuff out there. Look at all these new apps. The amount of complexity is infinite out there. The speed of change in business right now, content and leadership, never been higher. The amount of content that's been thrown at us, never been higher. Everybody has access to the same tools. But you know what nobody else has? Systems. Because systems scale. And without a clear system to filter, prioritize, and act, even the best in the world are going to get overwhelmed. But not us. Why? Because when we build a personalized AI operating system, we get immediate clarity and we get systems that help us create flow, consistency, and scalable results. Because you could even just take this term. Your AIOS gives you clarity, systems that create flow, consistency, and scalable results. You could put that into ChatGPT and say, design my entire way that I use this just around those terms. And everybody else is just what moon is that, right? So next thing, why you will win with this. You build a system once and it serves you daily. This is the absolute level up. And the reason I'm so passionate about this is because I was not a systems person. For the longest point in my entrepreneurial journey, my mentors are like, Rob, system scale, system scale. I'm like, I hear you. I've never built a system in my life. So what do? I legitimately saw my dreams on the other side of learning how to build systems. So what do you then do if you consider yourself not a systems person? You build your first system and then you keep building systems. So we can't just take on the identity of I am not a systems person. That's not going to help us create what we want. If you want to create massive impact in the world and in your life, systems thinking is what will allow us to scale. Because if you're going to do a process multiple times, well, why not just design the system to do it once? And then just imagine every time you do that in your operating system, oh, system. Anybody in We Are Unlimited knows this. Every time you hear Colin and I talk, we're talking about systems because systems are going to help you scale. That's how we get more with less faster. And when we install this layer of systems, 99% of leaders can't even imagine this. They're so overwhelmed. They have so lack of time. They're so not thinking about this. This is a zero on their radar. So this is going to move us from experimenting with AI to owning a performance infrastructure. Let me say those terms again, because keywords, like I'm saying this to myself because this is so important. Owning a performance infrastructure. Think about just saying those words to someone and then being like, hey, tell me how you're using ChatGPT. They're going to be like, you look like you're speaking hieroglyphics, dude. So that's why we're going to win with all this. All right. So what I ended up doing is creating the 3 phases of building out your AI OS. And what we're going to do after this is we're actually going to do this in real time together. Phase 1, building this instruction, nice and simple. Number 1, setting up your custom instructions. This is going to set up and align your tone, your brand voice, the context of who you are and what's important. We'll drop in the chat a link to setting up your custom instructions if you have not done this. This simple thing, if you've not set up your custom instructions and then you do, will immediately be the biggest upgrade possible. Number 2, turn on your memory. That way your system can grow with you. And then number 3, what we're going to do is we're going to set and put into ChatGPT our vision, our identity, our values, our systems, and our workflows. That way, the operating system has our purpose, right? Just look at the world we're operating here. Purpose, intention, alignment, flow, clarity. This is what I want AI to do for all of us. And that's just the first step in this. Phase 2 of all of this, what we're going to do, and this is what we're going to be doing on a consistent basis inside We Are Unlimited in our weekly calls that we do with our community, is we're going to expand on what's possible. Because when you understand that we can use the ChatGPT memory in a way that nobody else in the world has ever done, we can start implanting seeds into it. So we'll call installing memory anchors. Hey, ChatGPT, I want you to remember this because I'm going to recall this later, or this is super important to me. Make sure you remember this. This can be prompts. This can be routines. And then the next level can become creating daily touch points. That way we operate from clarity, we're connected to priorities, and we compound progress. And what this will then allow us to do is create more consistent workflows that shape our behavior and our outputs. And this is the more expanded version, but we can create tagging structures in here. You can all do this after this call. Go into ChatGPT and say, I'm going to use the memory in a way nobody else is. How can I use hashtags? And then it'll start creating a metadata layer where you can start saving things based on hashtags in there. One of the things that I did right away was very simple. Actually, let me see if I can show this. Colin, is it showing my ChatGPT right now?
Yep, we got it.
Okay, cool. I'll show you guys, and this is just sort of the inside baseball real quick of the expanded version. I created a hashtag called hashtag AM start. And I said, every morning I want to run this and I want ChatGPT to give me Rob's daily get to do power list. And it's going to give me number one, a dynamic quote from Ed Milet that sets my intention for the day. Number two, it's going to tell me my top 4 priorities. One that moves the needle, one that's revenue aligned, one that's a system or team lever, and one that is a who from the book Who Not How by Benjamin Hardy and Dan Sullivan. So boom, look at this, check in with Colin, finalize this, prioritize this, right? It's dynamically telling me what to do. Number 3, I designed in there for it to tell me a hidden or non-obvious. Hey, Rob, what's one decision you've been avoiding that could unlock flow or clarity today? Just sitting here and thinking, I don't have to do anything with this, but I could. And then number 4, I designed in there an energy alignment. Hey, Rob, what's the vibe you want to lead with today? This is just like an executive. So what I say here, this is my executive AI, a fusion of my world-class executive assistant and Ed Milet as my personal coach. Boom. Every morning I say run AM start. There we go. So that's what like a next level can be. Super simple. I don't have to do a single thing again. Every morning I can just say run AM start. And then you're like, huh, I wonder if I could do that at the end of my day. Oh, yes, I can. I wonder if I could create a CEO brief to have me think more like a CEO. Huh. I wonder if I could create a marketing or a content brief that every single time I'm working on content, see where we're going here? How system scale, design this one, ding, 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 ding. Like, I'm guessing not many people have seen something like this cooking with ChatGPT. So, and then the third thing here, and this is the next level here, all of this is designed for when AI agents come, that is completely scalable. Because what does an AI agent need? A system, a workflow, who you are, and what to do. Man, if only we were intentional about designing a personalized AI operating system that already told AI everything that's important about us to scale who we are. Now imagine a digital assistant being able to come in and go and do all of this for you. This is what the future is going to happen. Like, this is going to happen in the next 3, 6, and 12 months. It's already here. I'm just sort of planting the seeds for each of you so we can explore AI agents. We can continuously optimize this, create feedback loops, recalibration. We can start designing more advanced workflows. Remember, these are like Lego blocks that stack on top of each other. I'm just showing you the phases. You don't need to be there now. This is just where things are going. So, quick caveat for everybody before we get into the live demo. We have the US-based location and then the Europe and world location. US-based right now has infinite memory. It'll remember everything. Right now in Europe and worldwide, due to privacy laws, you have selective memory. So like for Colin, he can add in things into his memory, but it does not remember every single conversation. That will happen over the next 6 to 12 months. So depending on where you live, there will be a slight difference in how you apply this, but it is all the same from a thinking, a workflows, and a system standpoint. Because with your memory, what we're doing is we're being intentional about what you want to prioritize that matters, right? This is important. This is important. This is important. So for those in the EU, you're going to want to say things like, remember this and save this to memory, right? Because now you're seeding specific things. In the US, you can do that as well, saying, hey, this is important, but it will remember everything about you. So where this is actually an advantage to Europe and the rest of the world that does not have this is you can keep a cleaner memory because your memory can get full inside ChatGPT. So on a call once a month basis, you can go in there and prune the things that are not relevant to re-put in, this is what's most active for me, but you will be ahead of the curve once that infinite memory gets unlocked because nobody in Europe and the rest of the world is operating on this, because nobody in the world is operating like this to begin with. Make sense? So now let's actually start building this thing together. I want every single person right now to open up your ChatGPT, and here's what you are going to do. And I'm going to try and do this. I'm going to drop the chat, right? The prompt in the chat. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to create a brand new thread, and you're going to copy and paste this prompt, and it's going to say, I want you to use ChatGPT memory in a way no one else in the world is using. I want to turn this into my AI operating system where I put in my vision, identity, values, systems, and workflows. Remember this, and let's call this, change the name Rob to your name. So Colin AIOS, Kelly AIOS, right? Whatever your name is, boom, and then hit enter. And this is the start of what you're going to do. And what I ended up doing, and this is how I created, this is literally what I just put there. This will now create your Rob AIOS thread to where you can now just start tuning and building your AI operating system. And once you do that, what I'm going to do now is give you just the first prompt of what to do. And then I'll give you the seed of possibilities there. So what I want you to do next is just to say, my personal vision is to ... And Colin, I'm going to set a timer on my watch for 1 minute right now. And I want everybody right now to answer that question, because the beauty of this question is your personal vision is 100% yours. So this open-ended question starts with the big picture. And of course, you can spend more time after this call putting this in, but I wanted to start seeding real time. Like, this isn't theory. We're doing this now. And simply doing the first prompt and the second prompt will immediately upgrade your AI operating system. So remember the whole, like, you have a few prompts that can be massive dominoes. This is it. So I'm going to set a timer for 1 minute. And what I want is, don't edit yourself. Live in your imagination and your dreams. Type in, my personal vision is to ... And if you're in Europe or the rest of the world, you can then say, ChatGPT, I want you to remember this. So it gets put into your memory. If you're watching this on the replay, I'll fast forward through this 1 minute, but I'll set a timer for 1 minute on my watch now so you won't hear me. Oh, thank you very much, Colin, for that. You can go ahead and run it. It's at 59, but your 1 minute begins now.
Also, side note, if you are struggling what to put in the answer for this, one of the things Rob and I always say is think into the AI. So go with the thoughts that are coming up. I'm not sure of this. I'm thinking that I'd like something like that, and just allow that flow to think those thoughts into the AI.
Cool. Thank you so very much. My recommendation for everyone is I just want to give you a taste of sort of like what this looks like, because what this is going to do is it's going to anchor ChatGPT into your big picture. It's going to create as the future you and where you are going. So think about generic Best Buy out of the box version, everybody. They go, oh man, this sounds like a robot. It gives me generic results. Well, why? Because you haven't told it anything about where you're going. So this is where you're going to see immediate upgrades, because this is going to become great for co-creation and strategic thinking. But more importantly, you're not starting from zero every single time. The majority of the world, when they use ChatGPT, are starting at zero every single time. We are building an operational layer that stacks on top of each other every single time that we use this. Who do you think is going to win moving forward? And this isn't about like competition. This is just very unromantic ones versus zeros. Those who do versus those who don't. We all have the same options. Remember, we're thinking differently, right? How can I use this in a way that nobody else is? So here is and let me see if I can move this up so we can see this. There we go. So here's what I want you to do, and you can take a screenshot of this right now if you want. These are the 5 signature AI operating system inputs that I designed for myself and for you. So number 1, vision. My personal vision is to ... You answer it. Number 2, identity. This is so important. No one in the world does this. I'm just going to tell you, people don't operate on this level to begin with, but we do. My best self shows up as ... right? For any of us who do I am declarations, if you have them, put them in there, right? Mantras, things about you that is your essence, your heart, human first. Number 3, values. The core values that guide how I live and work are ... Systems. The habits and systems that support my high performance are ... And then workflows. The workflows that move my business forward daily are ... When you have all 5 of these installed, you're not just using ChatGPT, you're upgrading it into a world-class operating system that knows you, supports you, and helps you create results no one else can. Why do I just have to go for a run after creating something like this? Why on all of our unlimited calls am I like, I can't believe what I just created on a consistent basis every single day? Because I've been doing this for 2.5 years, including the last month, seeding this thing with the absolute best data humanly possible, because I'm the best. Everybody who's around me is the best. And I see you as the best. So I want ChatGPT to see me as the best version of myself and everywhere that I am going. This is just so important here. So the last part of this here is the next level of this. So with you, what I've done is helped you understand why this is important, the mindset shifts that are going to happen, what you can do tactically to put this into your AI and your ChatGPT whenever you want. And then the next level of this. So we had the phase 1, 2, and 3. We just delivered the phase 1 for you right now, saying, hey, you're up and running. You should see an immediate upgrade to the way that you use ChatGPT. The next level of this is I invite you to join us inside We Are Unlimited. We're doing twice a week calls all around AI and business growth from a human first perspective. We have a community of high performing leaders who are all growing our businesses and lives together. And what we're really doing is we are staying at the forefront of possibility and innovation, where we're creating long-term advantages, momentum, and expansion for ourselves in a way that's completely aligned to who we are. So this is no longer, I've got to figure this out on my own. This is, I've got a community of awesome people rowing the boat in the same direction with me, going through similar things. And one of the things that we recently added to our membership is we built out the next level of our online community. So you're going to see here, we have ways to play with art and your prompts and sharing your journey. We've created a new section all around habit stacking and accountability. We've got trainings and tools, both for ChatGPT as well as building your brand. If you got a next big move in my life, man, Rob and Colin, I really want to do something in my life next. What are the ways that I can decide this? Colin, anything you want to jump in on this right here regarding Unlimited?
Yeah, just this is next level of AI use. And one of the things Rob and I talk about a lot is the human first approach to leveraging AI. Couldn't get my words out then. And how that works in practice now is through the use of the AI OS, where we define those broad terms of what makes us us, what we're here, what we stand for, what we stand against, what's important to us. And then we use that as our SIM card in our cell phone for our data, for our personality, and feed that into the AI. The outputs are so much more personalized to us, and therefore allow us to amplify that humanity, amplify what we do and how we do it very specifically. And then from a business perspective, we are building layers where we extend this into all the avenues and areas of business. So it might be hiring SOPs, it might be marketing workflows that we teach inside of the Next Big Move program that's there inside of Unlimited as well. And Gabriella asked a question about that. Is this the same as Next Big Move? It is the same in principle, but it's much bigger. This is now covering all domains of life and business, not just marketing. The Next Big Move framework is a marketing specific use case for this. This is now a next level, the AI OS, of where we can create a whole host of things that are going to help and serve us as we seek to increase our impact and grow our businesses together. That's the magic of doing this regularly and live and in person, because we all learn from each other. I get an insight from putting stuff in. Eva shares her insights. Joanna shares her insights. Juliana, Kelly, everybody is just sharing what's going on for them. And we're all learning and growing. This is literally weeks old. Nobody in the world is doing this. Most people are going, write me an email, type me this, like, how do I do this? And they're missing the boat on what is truly possible with this technology. It's outstanding, honestly outstanding. And we're literally going to build the layer upon layer of this as we go. David has slain Goliath. Right now, things that were only previously accessible to enterprise level organizations with heaps of resources and endless pots of money is now at our fingertips. Everybody, SME, solopreneur, small business owner, thought leader, influencer, creator, if you're looking to make a difference in the world, you can do that now with AI at scale. You might have heard that. You've likely heard that a lot. Everybody's saying that. But this AIOS is the mechanism by which we make it a reality. That's why Rob and I are so on fire for this and could not wait to share this with you. This is just going to be something that builds and builds and builds. So cool. And I did manage to add it to my memory, Rob, even though I'm in the UK and have the limited memory right now. It was fun.
So Colin Joanne has a good comment there around putting the soul data in there. So for those of us who have seen it, I'll drop the link in there. Our soul data is our ability to put in your vision, identity, and your values. And for this, I legitimately say, ChatGPT, I want you to save into memory my declarations, my 2025 goals, my 3-year vivid vision. So now it understands the essence of all of this. So to yes, and you, Colin, imagine us going up a level above soul data and Next Big Move and frameworks to say, oh, we see this can be the entire operating system for us, because the intentionality is the thing that the rest of the world just does not understand yet, because intentional is not a word that most people typically operate on. So it's like, I'm the best in the world. I want to be intentional about the life that I'm building, the what I'm thinking, the what I'm creating. So I can put this into here, but this now becomes well, holy smokes, what if I spent more time in ChatGPT? So I'll give you guys an insight. I've only shared inside of our community. 2 weeks ago, I had a little light bulb moment go off in my head. I saw a tweet from a guy named Jason Fried, who wrote a really good book called Rework. He's the founder of 37 Signals, which is Chicago-based. They run Basecamp. And his tweet, and I'm paraphrasing, said, just because we thought that we set goals at the beginning of the year, or the beginning of the month, or the beginning of the week, or the beginning of the day, that this is what I should be doing today, we never have more relevant, updated information than we do right this second. And I was like, that's a unique perspective. I sort of adopt that. And the little light bulb went off for me. And I was like, there's probably someone somewhere, a lot of people who are using AI all day, every day. They're jumping into Claude or Kling AI or Gamma or Replit or all the AI tools that are out there. And they're creating the next frontier of what is possible. But then I hear what the market is saying to me. Rob, I don't have time. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to start. And I'm like, huh, these people over here are spending all day in AI. These people are telling me why they can't. So then I was like, I really enjoy co-creating with ChatGPT. I'm not romantic about this. I have no AI background, no tech background. I just see the results that it creates for me. And then that little light bulb went off again, that word, capacity. And I was like, hey, Rob, where do you create the highest capacity output in your given day? It's always when I'm using ChatGPT. Where am I designing my best systems? In ChatGPT. Where are the best insights and gold nuggets of wisdom that I create for myself and my clients? In ChatGPT. I was like, huh, what if I spent 4 hours a day in ChatGPT? And even though I'm leading this call right now, and I've been in this world for 2.5 years, it was a question that was a sort of foreign question to me because it's not native. Because back in the day, I was in corporate America. So I had that 9 to 5 mindset. You should be doing these things. You should be calling people. You should be ... But I was like, what if I just do that to the side for a second? Because everything that I see right now says when I create with ChatGPT, I'm the most prolific humanly possible. Not even humanly possible, possible. So what did I do? I gave myself the gift of spending 4 hours a day in ChatGPT for an entire week. And what ended up happening? I had the most prolific output of my entire life. I had more content published that was high quality, from video to Gamma to social media distribution. I had more calls coming to me from clients or potential community members that I've ever had in a given week. Why? Because my signal and energy to the universe was give, 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 give. I'm mirroring this to Colin, and this created a brand new problem for me. I became my own bottleneck. I was creating capacity and gold at such a level, I could not keep up with how much good stuff I was creating. Well, whose problem is that? My problem, because my systems are not built for me to create on such a level that it can contain how good I can create with. So that's when the next light bulb went off. Hey, Rob, what if you gave your virtual assistant access to your ChatGPT by creating a Teams account? And once a day or once a week, they go into your threads that you tell them and say, take the best goal that Rob created and let's drop that into Notion. And then once that's into Notion, we have one of 10 things we can do all of this. Huh. All I needed was a second set of eyes inside all my gold to make all this stuff happen. But wait a second. 1 year from now, instead of it being my virtual assistant, what if that's an AI agent doing that for me? And that's when it went from black and white to color. What if I just spend more time in AI, and what does that create? Not because it's AI, but because this is our personal operating system. This to me is now like opening up my computer. And instead of clicking on Google Chrome, I'm clicking on ChatGPT as my personal AI OS. And it's going, welcome to your world, Rob. We know everything about you and what's important, and we're going to co-create with you. What do you want to do today? And it's like, let's go. And I've done this for 2 weeks in a row, and this is the future. I'm not saying we all have to be spending all day, every day in ChatGPT, but in my life, I only want to do two things: create and have conversations. And the conversations can be coaching, community, people not yet clients, and create. Those are the only two things I want to do. And this enables all of it. So I wanted to share that perspective because there's levels to this game. Remember, there's a mindset. How are we thinking differently? And what we are sharing today is absolutely the pinnacle of innovation. Because Colin, do you know anybody else in the world doing this?
Not like this, no. Not seen anybody doing anything like this at all, Rob.
Right. And here's the good news. Is anything that I shared hard? Like, oh my God, I got to shovel rocks and talk about my dreams and all the things that make me amazing so that I can be better. No, nice and simple. So, I want to do a quick little thing that I created. I'm going to shoot off the cuff here. So, in designing this masterclass, I intentionally tried to shoot every hole in the boat because I did not want to believe that what I created was real, that this was special.
Could you press Command Plus so we can see your text a little clearer? There we go.
Better,
Thank
Colin?
you. Yeah, much better. Thanks.
So I stress tested this for everybody. I'm like, I'm going to do a masterclass. This is going to likely turn into a service offering that I help business owners, CEOs, leaders, and their teams integrate this into their business. Because imagine an entire organization of 2 to 20 to 100 people having this sort of structure and thinking in what they're doing. So I'm like, let's shoot every hole. And then I was like, what's everybody on this call going to ask me? Because I got to be prepared to answer these things so that I'm not just sitting out here just saying this is the new best thing. So how is this different from just using ChatGPT normally? This isn't about just typing prompts or asking questions. We're intentionally programming ChatGPT's memory to carry our vision, identity, values, and workflows. So when we interact, it's operating with you, not just for you. Man, this becomes your personal living assistant aligned to your world, not just a tool you occasionally poke at. All right, cool. If I'm not technical, can I actually build this for myself? Yes. This is about clarity and intention, not code. You're giving ChatGPT the right inputs, the ones that shape how it responds to you. What's your vision? What are your core values? What are your workflows? Do I need to understand advanced prompts or agents to make this work? No. Start with something incredibly simple. You are the raw material. More you, more you. What's the real benefit of putting your vision, identity, and values into ChatGPT memory? It upgrades the quality of every future interaction. How am I creating gold every time I step up to ChatGPT? You don't have to re-explain who you are and what matters. Context-aware, high relevance, high leverage responses fast, like installing your DNA into the machine. How quickly will I see results or changes after setting this up? Immediately, even from the very first, my personal vision is you'll feel the shift. Hear that? Feel the shift. Colin, you know this. When there's upgrades to the various models, sometimes you're like, this thing is cooking with gas. Well, guess what? You're about to all be cooking with rocket fuel. You're telling the system, this is what matters to me. From there, the conversation quality, ideas, and connection all level up. What kinds of things can I ask or do once this is installed that I couldn't before? You can run strategy, get clarity, build workflows, pressure test ideas, create content, all with the system knowing who you are and how you work. Stops being generic, starts being a powerful thought partner. How often do I need to maintain or update my AOS once it's set? Think of it like a living system. You can add updates every time you evolved. New goals, new systems, new priorities, feed them in. Even without constant updates, the base will set you up to keep delivering. What if I only use ChatGPT occasionally? Is this still worth doing? Absolutely. Even light users benefit, here's the word, from having an aligned system. When you do show up, you're not wasting your time or starting cold. You're tapping into something that's ready to go at your level. This is what I love about the community at Unlimited. I legitimately am impressed by every single person who's a part of it. I want to learn from all of you because you are all great at what you do. And this is the superpower I want you to all see. Take what you're great at, be more you, and put it into ChatGPT. Can this help me build my business, or is this more of a personal productivity tool? Both. The beauty is it spans across identity and business. It supports us as leaders, runs our operations smoother, better content, new strategies. It's a business multiplier because it's a you multiplier. Side note, I could legitimately just take these FAQs and turn this into a year's worth of content effortlessly, right? Will this work for my team or is it just for individuals? Kelly, this one's for you, of course, from a team standpoint. Absolutely extend this thinking to teams. Imagine giving your team aligned prompts, shared workflows, or building a parallel memory setup. But it always starts with you first. You lead the energy, right? For those of us who are great, boom, we're going to lead. And this is actually the number one hole in the boat for every organization. Success rises or falls to the level of leadership. If the leaders are not doing anything with AI and ChatGPT, good luck getting your team to do it, right? How does this compare to enterprise AI or company-specific LLMs? Those setups work on massive data. That works on a personalized advantage. You're creating a custom interface between your unique genius and the most powerful tool on the planet. It's lightweight, human-centered, and ridiculously agile, right? I even did a separate thing, and you'll see this in my content at a later date, all around the difference between data dump, memory, doing nothing, and setting up your personalized AOS. You know what the difference is between a data dump and what we talked about today? A data dump is all in the past and it's just static. AIOS is your living heartbeat of what you're doing every single day. What's the long-term value? Will this system evolve as AI improves? Yes. As the models get better, you're already ahead. You're not playing catch up, you're surfing the front wave. What you build now compounds in power as the tech advances. Sign me up for all of that, please. Just come on. What are some examples of success and how are you or others already using this? I've used this to scale my thinking, build content engines, speed up offers, create massive clarity, all at a level that would take a team of people. Clients using this are upgrading how they lead, how they think, and how they build. I mean, Colin and I live this every day in our businesses and in Unlimited, just the speed in which we're doing things. What's the first meaningful action I should take once this is set up? Start running real world tasks through it. Ask it how you help plan, solve, design, and think. See how it responds differently now that it carries your context. The magic is in the doing. I'll say it again. The magic is in the doing. Intentional doing, intentional inputs, soul, heart, human first. And then lastly, in this created this, remember I just said, give me 15 FAQs. If I join your inner circle, how will you build the future together over time? Inside, we co-build, refine, and expand your AIOS. You're not alone on your journey. You're in a room where we're pushing the boundaries of what's possible together. It's where your systems don't just get built, it gets supercharged. Right? This is what we're creating effortlessly. Right? Welcome to the new portal that you just stepped into.